Hello, everyone. Once again, we thank the Lord for another day, another blessed Wednesday. A lot of us, sometime in our life, have planted something or watched something grow. And I think we all know by now, I hope, that in order for something to grow out of the ground, in order for something to have a harvest, something has to be planted. And that is what we call a seed. You can't go and till a ground. Don't put nothing in the ground. Cover the ground back up and expect a harvest. It will not happen. So, what I'm getting at, if you want an harvest, if you want something from God, a surplus, a financial breakthrough, a miracle, a spiritual wall to come down in your life, you got to sacrifice something. You got to plant a seed. And not just plant a seed, but a good seed. God only deals with good seeds. If you notice in the Bible when he said seeds were dropped on different types of ground, the only good ground was the good ground by the shepherd. You can't just plant it anywhere because what comes up is your harvest. Now, some people plant hate, but they want love to be their harvest. Some people plant anger and they want laughter to be their harvest. It won't happen. God said you must plant in good ground. And not only that, Galatians 6 and 7 says, be not deceived, God is not mocked. He said, quit trying to fool God. You can't fool him. You can't fool him or try to fake him out with the seed that you're planting. He says, be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So in other words, if you plant oranges, your harvest is going to be orange juice. If you plant lemons, your harvest is going to be lemonade. You can't plant the opposite and think you're going to get something else. It's not going to happen. The way you treat people is a seed. The way you treat people is a planting of a seed. And you're going to get it back. That's going to be your harvest. How you treat them and how they treat you back is your harvest. When God gives you a word from a prophet or just a person, how you take that seed that person gives you and what you do with it and where you plant it at depends on what harvest you're going to get. But you cannot plant disobedience and think your harvest is going to be obedience. It's not going to happen. What are you planting today? Are you planting the wrong seeds? Are you using the wrong ground? Are you using bad water? I remember my mom, no matter what she would put in a pot, it would grow. That's what we got the term green thumb. No, she didn't actually have a green thumb, but what that meant was no matter what your hands touch, it produced a harvest. Now, some of you, it's the same way. You produce a harvest no matter what you touch. It's just not a good harvest. It's not a harvest from the Lord. You know, there's a harvest called the wheat and the tares. They look alike, but they're not the same. What are you today? Has whatever God planted in you, did you let it grow? Are you a good harvest for the Lord? Are you planting good things? Are you a good sower? Do you know someone is in need and you go and help them without looking for someone to give you credit for that? Are you a good sower? There's many ways of sowing a seed. There's many ways of giving, and there are many harvests. And God says now he looks at the harvest that there's nobody to shuck it. There's nobody to pluck. Everybody is so busy. It's time to sow in good ground, use good water, put it in good sunlight, and let your harvest grow. Whatever God called you to do, whatever he's asked of you to do it. Be a good harvest for the Lord. Be a good seed. If someone can look at you and say, I want to plant that type of seed. I want to be like that person. Can someone say that to you? I want to be like you. I've looked at you. I didn't say anything, but I watched you for a while, and I see that you're a type of person I would want to be. I want to learn more about that God of yours. Does anybody come to you and say that? If not, then you're not planting a good seed that shows on the outside for people to be interested in. That's why I ask, are you a good seed for the Lord? He uses us. He plants us. He plants us on certain jobs. He plants us in certain churches. He does a lot of planting us so we can help that one person, that one lost sheep. Can God count on you? Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.